What are we gonna do when we run out of lean angle? We're into a corner, let's say our friends on baggers, cruisers, if we're dragging hard parts and we have no lean angle left, there's some sort of obstruction up ahead, or let's say we're in the corner too fast, our only option is just stand it up and lay it down, right? No, the professional move to intentionally crash your motorcycle, that's not what we want to do, right? Even if there's something up ahead, if I can scrub off speed before I hit that obstacle, whatever it is, I'm going to do less damage. But if I can't lean the bike over anymore, let's say I'm dragging hard parts, I'm at my maximum lean angle, let's say I've got my body off so the bike's running less lean, I need to understand radius is miles per hour. I can't continuously add more lean. I need to adjust my speed. I'm not going to rely on lean angle or body to finish the corner. I'm going to rely on my speed control. I'll breathe out of the throttle and slow my motorcycle to try to tighten its radius. I may even need to go back to the brake lever. Think, I'm at lean angle, I need that smooth first 5% to load that front tire. If you're leaned over and the bike is at its maximum lean angle, and we grab the brakes, the verb I use, grab, we mistakenly stab the brake lever, the bike can stand up and then run you off the road. We want to have that smooth couple percent, putting some weight forward, having that motorcycle change direction without needing to add risk or add lean angle, especially on a bike with limited ground clearance, like that Cruiser, like this Tracer 9. So let's be ahead of our motorcycle. Let's control our speed. Let's use our speed controls to change our radius versus just relying on more lean angle. So how do we control our speed in a corner? Right? Would I want to just go to the brakes when I'm nervous, adjust my speed, jump off the brakes, hope I have the right speed for the corner, and then flick lean angle into the corner? No, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm going to want to adjust my speed based on the radius of the corner. We're going to talk about 3 examples. We'll show a rider going into the corner on the brakes, creating grip, having the motorcycle tighten its radius. We'll show a rider just shutting the throttle, coasting, nervously hoping that they make the corner. And then we'll show a rider trying to accelerate through the corner, because when in doubt, throttle out. It rhymes, it must be true, right? We're going to talk about a few different examples for radius equals miles per hour. Our speed is directly correlated to our motorcycle's radius. Our speed is directly correlated to our motorcycle's radius. If our speed stays the same, our radius will stay the same at the same given lean angle. If we add speed, the radius opens. If we decrease our speed, the radius tightens. Let's go over a few examples.
Thank you, Cody, Wyman. This is Nick Ienatsch. To look at these 3 examples, the first one is really well done. The rider goes to the brakes when they're nervous. That will help you. Turns in, use their brakes till they're happy with their speed and direction. That's about 60% of the way through that long radius corner. This car trails in, comes off the brakes gently, unloads that tire gently, initial throttle, and then drives the bike out when they can see the exit. Change to a right-hander. They go to the brakes when they're nervous. They tip in, much less braking because it opens up, and they stay in their lane as we drive off this corner. They stay in their lane because they use their brakes to get the bike pointed. In the second example, the rider loses efficiency. They go to the brakes when they're nervous. They let go of the brakes too soon. Maybe they were taught to do that, get off the brakes. They coast. That's inefficient. They do get the bike pointed, but it takes them a long time. Their slowest point is too early. It gets worse as we tighten the radius of this corner. Long radius corner, he's got a long time to slow down. But now we put him into a right-hander. Let's go of the brakes too early, and the bike runs wide into the other lane just barely because the brakes are off too soon. Let's look at one more. This third example is when things get really tough, riders. The rider comes in, lets go of the brakes, goes back to the throttle, radius equals miles an hour. They're building mile an hour too early. The bike runs wide. Did they make the turn? Yes, but they definitely go into the guardrail in that left-hand corner. Now it gets really tough on the right. They let go of the brakes. They go back to the throttle. They accelerate through the corner. Of course, radius opens when we accelerate. Now just add one more problem like a car. The throttle's open. The bike will run wide as designed. In this case, what we'd like to do is be the rider who can stop their bike mid-corner because maybe an instructor's laying on the ground because they do not let go of the brakes until they're happy with the speed and direction. For a bird's eye view of this core principle, radius equals miles per hour, we've got our rider on a big circle the rider is adjusting their speed, holding the same lean angle as close to humanly possible. You can see as they accelerate, the radius opens. If they hold neutral throttle right there, meaning the bike is not decelerating or accelerating, the radius stays the same. They close the throttle, radius tightens. They close the throttle, pick up brake pressure, radius tightens even quicker. Holding speed, hold radius, slowing motorcycle tightens radius, accelerating that motorcycle opens radius. And riders, how important is this core technique when Cody Wyman, who was a national champion on a 400 Ninja in Moto America, also a national endurance champion on an R1 in Wira, talks about it. So it makes a lot of sense to practice using those. So then the question becomes, how could I run the same radius with less lean angle equaling risk? And this rider here, their knee is touching, their head is high. As they drop their head and go more aggressive on body position, they run less lean angle. You can see that lean angle changes, even the radius stays the same. They're twisted up on top of the bike. This creates a lot of lean angle. Now they go full Grand Prix, head off to the inside. They can run less lean angle on the same radius by messing with body. Going Grand Prix on the body runs less lean angle. Thanks for checking in on this core principle brought to you by Cody Wyman and YCRS. We know that if you understand radius equals miles per hour, you will solve the missed apexes problem, and we will change the riding in America when running wide in corners all by ourselves is the leading cause of death. If we can totally grasp this radius equals miles per hour and learn to adjust our mile an hour into the corner with trail braking, hold our mile an hour and our radius with neutral or maintenance throttle, and not build mile an hour or open our radius until we can see the exit and take away lean angle. Core principle to grow our sport, to let you win races, to have you finish every single practice, qualifying, track day, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.